We knew this end would come.
You're not dead, cuz. And if you're taking on the biggest mob boss in the Outlands, you'll need a crew as nuts as you.
Precisely. We'll need a stocked arsenal, a medic in tow, and someone whose absolute back's in the belfry.
So don't call me mad for nothing, cuzzy.
Indeed.
Enemy here.
This is not my first time.
Once more into the breach.
Sparta!
Time to have some fun.
I love field work.
Oh, that was incredible!
The hell is that?
The sharpest steel to carve the deepest legacy.
Jeez, mate. Bring it up for all of us?
Come get her.
Any pearls of wisdom before we crack these eggs?
Do it where the world can watch.
Oi, Gramps.
Hello, and welcome to another video here at Amara HQ. As you just saw in the video before I started talking, that was the new Shadow Society event that's coming to Apex Legends Season 20. Now, before we begin, I would just like to say, if you're here watching this video, I really appreciate you stopping by and taking the time in your day to check it out. If you would like, hit that subscribe button and keep up to date with all my content, and leave a like on the video too if you enjoyed the video. Enjoy. All right, so in the video, we're going to just talk about just a quick update on all the patch notes, all the changes that are coming to the game. There is also a couple changes to the care package. You know, a couple legends get a couple updates. No weapon updates. I did not see any weapon updates, only just a couple for the red weapons. I did not see, I think there was only one weapon that was adjusted a little bit, but other than that, there was no other weapon that was touched for now. So this is the trailer for the new Social Society event for Apex Legends Season 20. You just saw that right before we started talking. There is a new limited time mode, LTM. It's called Lockdown. It's gonna introduce for the first time quads. It's a free-for-all battles for dominance. Squads will spawn in with a standard TDM loadouts and seek out to capture zones. So it sounds to me almost like domination in Call of Duty. So first to 500 wins, kind of a new type of mode to try out. It should be interesting with 4 people. So we'll check that out when that comes out. All right, the biggest controversy here is the new universal artifact. Apex artifact is what they're calling it. The new heirloom that's universal. You can use it for any legend. It's not linked to no specific legend, and it's called the Cobalt Qatar. It is a new cool looking little sword. Looks pretty cool, I guess, but it is universal, similar to the Final Fantasy event that happened a couple months ago, and this is how it looks. Pretty cool, I guess. There is a rumor, I think, that they said that another type of version is coming eventually, maybe another recolor again, like pretty soon. I don't know, really up to you if you want to purchase it. The price to me is a little ridiculous, but you know, everyone to each his own. As you can see, we have the legendary weapons and skins that are coming with this event. It will be for Revenant, Lifeline, 3030, G7 Scout, Ballistic, Horizon, I think that's the Devotion, Wingman, Revenant, and I believe Mad Maggie as well. They just didn't show it here, but yeah, Mad Maggie is getting one as well. As you can see here are your milestone rewards. So similar to the Final Fantasy event, if you get all the package, if you get all 36 items, you will get the heirloom death box, and this is how it's gonna look. So when you die, your box will show up like that instead. I still, to this day, I still don't understand it, but hey, again, to each his own, do your thing. Just some more ideas here about the reward shops, you know, just how the path is going to be for, you know, typical badges, you know, typical epic skins for the weapons, banners, charms, emotes, auto sprays, etc. So just kind of a little idea of that. All right, so let's get started with the juicy part. So for the patch notes, we'll talk about the balance updates. So what they're doing is for the care package, the first set of care package, the care package weapons are being removed completely for the first set that comes into the game. And instead of giving the care package weapons, it will summon seasonal gold weapons now instead. So this includes the R301, RE45, Mastiff, Devotion, and 3030. Second and third set care packages are unchanged. So those will include the new weapons. I mean, the red weapons. So pretty interesting change. I think this is probably a good thing for anyone that was getting destroyed with the wingman early on in the game, you know, because it is RNG, but what drops down. So a wingman, a Kraber, Eva 8, or a bow could all spawn in the first care package. So I think it's a great change. It will just give you a gold weapon instead. Now I don't know what else is gonna, I'm assuming it still comes, you know, with the Evo cache in that first set, the Phoenix kit, battery, you know, etc, right? We'll just have to see on that, but I think in my opinion it's a pretty good change. As for the weapon spawn rates, just a little change of spawning assault rifles and marksmans have been normalized per zone, so you should see a couple more assault rifle and marksman rifle spawn rates per zone. Here we go. So for the weapons, the car, so apparently from season 20 launch, missed in the patch notes, they did announce that the ADS vertical recoil was slightly increased. So for the Eva 8, the care package weapon, the blast pattern was tightened, initial projectile size increased, improved handling, and reduced ammo from 96 to 64. In my own opinion, it wasn't that bad. I think the 96, but maybe it was a little bit of overkill, but I don't know. We'll have to test that out when that happens. Another thing they did to another weapon was the rampage. They energized time slightly reduced to better match the animation. So I guess when you start putting in the thermite, it will probably be a little bit quicker now, so it can better match the animation. Rampage, no changes to any type of damage or anything. They also did kind of nerf the wingman a little bit. Ammo reserves was decreased to 72 from the 90 that it came with. It no longer can equip the digital threat, and the optic is no longer locked and can be replaced. So I wasn't aware of this one. I was not aware you could still do that. So that makes sense on why people were still getting destroyed with the wingman, because you could just put a digithread on it and you could still kind of mess around in the smoke and nothing could really stop you if you were really good with the wingman. All right, so for the legends, ballistic is getting some changes to the upgrades. Ammu vision is being removed. Lasting bullet is being moved to level 2. Lasting bullet was at level 3, I believe, and instead they're adding speedy whistler. Successful hits with the tactical gives a 2-second burst of speed. This is going to be at level 3, so they adjusted this one and then they put this new one in. Pretty interesting upgrade. Again, this ammu vision was pretty worthless, so I'm glad they got rid of it. I'm glad they changed it, so it should be interesting for any ballistic main out there. Should be a pretty good change, and we'll have to test that out when this gets updated. Now, all my Bangalore mains, I know everyone is crying probably over this. So Rolling Thunder has been increased to 4.5 minutes. It was 4 currently, so a pretty huge increase to the ultimate now. I think this is probably the biggest part right here that hurt Bangalore the most. The smoke launcher cooldown has been increased to 35 seconds. It was 33. It no longer deals damage. Smoke duration has been decreased to 11 seconds. It was 18. And the smoke particles now dissipate faster. This is a huge nerf to Bangalore and how you should use your smokes. Pretty huge nerf. I hope she will still be kind of playable when this happens. I mean, the smoke was basically basically having a cat wall almost. Like, it's just protection, right? It just kind of kills that protection of running in open space. So there will have to be a new legend to kind of put into that place of covering. Maybe Gibby could probably fall into this place. Could Cat come back and probably fall into place again? Not sure. But this is very interesting that they did nerf this. And it was getting kind of out of hand. Everyone was using the smoke. But I hope this right here, I hope this does not kill her too much. I'm glad they did this. They removed Big Bang level 2 at level 2. Big Bang, another worthless perk. And instead they put it with a tactical cooldown, which now reduces it by 5 seconds. So you will have to choose at level 2 which one you want to reduce, because remember the other option is ultimate cooldown. So at level 3, they're adjusting the cover me perk. Auto ping no longer tracks the player who triggered double time. So this was tracking. I do remember it tracking when it would be ping when someone would shoot you. Now this kind of seems like a nerf almost, because now you can't even follow them. Like if someone shoots you, it'll just ping them where they're at. But I mean, for the most part, most people don't really run, but some people do. So this depends. We'll see how this plays out. And then the health regen has been increased to 3.5 HP per second, and it was 3. So this should be interesting. This sounds like a pretty good one. We'll have to check that out. Bloodhound has been adjusted as well. What they did is they switched the 2 perks. Odin's Glare has been moved to level 2, and Tactical Cooldown has been moved to level 3. So I guess for this, they're trying to focus Bloodhound to be stronger in late game than it is early game. I guess it was being a little bit overpowered in early game, having that tactical cooldown pretty quickly. So this is kind of why they did that. Caustic gas damage has now been increased by 1 each tick. So it was 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, etc., etc. So this is pretty interesting. Should be interesting how this falls in. Down players still receive 5 per tick. Now this kind of caught my attention. Gas slow effect now only applies on first damage tick for 2 seconds. I'm under the impression that this means that if the slow will only hit you for 2 seconds, and then after that it won't affect you no more. So I have to see this when this gets applied. It will be very interesting to see if that's the case. This is a huge nerf, because that means your gas won't do anything at that point. It won't even slow you down. It'll still hit you. It will hit you pretty hard because it's gonna go up per tick. So you have to remember that part as well. So you can't just force yourself in there, but it will be interesting to see. So I don't know if this kind of buffs it and then nerfs it at the same time to kind of keep it in the middle, but we'll see. Upgrades, they switched 2 of them. So what they did, they moved residual toxin to level 2, and they pumped up the particle diffuser, which is the one that everyone was using because it increases the ultimate space and how far it can, you know, expand the gas. So they are just trying to make this late game ideas. So that's kind of what they're doing there. Conduit has been nerfed as well a little bit. Cooldown has been increased to 31 seconds. It was 26 for the radiant transfer, and the regen interruption delay time has been increased to 2 seconds, and it was 1. So when you regen and someone shoots you, there's a delay of regeneration. It is now going to be 2 seconds instead of the 1 second of waiting. As for Fuse, there has been a change to one of his upgrades, Reckless, which is the explosive damage reduce. It was 25, and I'm glad they did this. I said this in my deep dive, in one of my deep dive videos. I said that it should be 50% at least, and this perk would probably be viable. And I'm very happy that they did that. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good change for Fuse, for this perk at least. Now the Lifeline mains, I know they're probably just waiting for that rework to happen pretty soon, and hopefully it will happen either next season or maybe season 22. We'll have to see. Should be interesting. Lifeline, how they're gonna rework her kit. But for now, what they did is they removed tactical cooldown, the first one, and now they've adjusted it. Now tactical cooldown is reduced by 25 seconds, making it equal to its deployment duration. So you always will have dock available. So if you deploy dock, once it runs out, you'll have it back again. So pretty good little change, I think, for Lifeline. Should be interesting to have that as well. Always having dock available will be very viable, I think, for Lifeline. No longer having to just use it and then hope that your cooldown, the next time you fall into a fight, you have it again, right? So as for level 3, they got rid of gift wrapped, and instead they changed it with a gold plated next package that spawns gold gear. So what you're gonna get in the new level 3, instead of getting the care package, a full gold care package full of evo cash, a gold knockdown, and gold backpack. It will also contain 1 shield battery, 1 med kit, and either a phoenix kit or a mobile respawn beacon. This is a pretty good change, I think, because a lot of people were saying that it was a little bit overpowered, that, you know, you could also, and especially with the change that they did with the care package change as well. So people were running with 2 wingmans at some point. You know, you get this purple early game, you can get a wingman early game, and then you could also get the first care package as well. I could also have a wingman, a bow, a Kraber, anything. You could have 2 red packages pretty early on in game. So it was pretty overpowered, I think, in my opinion. As for Octane as well is also getting an upgrade to that Reckless perk. It's also going to be reduced by 50%. It was 25. Again, I think this should be a great perk to use with Octane. We will have to test this out once it happens. Pathfinder, the zipline zen damage reduction has been increased to 50. This is also a good thing. I also mentioned this as well in my deep dive, that most of these perks were probably viable if they were increased to at least 50%. Maybe this should help a lot. So we will test that out. All right, so the Revenant has been running rampant in ranked, as we all know, the top legend to be using right now in ranked. Well, Revenant is getting nerfed. The Forge in Shadows ultimate, Nox no longer refresh the tactical during the ultimate. Tactical cooldown is no longer shorter than the ultimate, and ultimate cooldown has been increased by 60 seconds. I think right now it is 3 minutes, but now it will be 4 minutes. I could be wrong on this. I could be wrong a little bit on that, so just don't quote me on that one, but I can't remember from the top of my head. But some of the upgrades, what they did is they removed Agile Assassin, which was the one that I think is the one that gives you a shorter charge time, I believe. Don't remember actually. But anyways, what they did is they removed that, and then they added tactical cooldown to level 3 instead, and then ultimate cooldown, reduced cooldown by 30 seconds at level 2. This will replace Agile Assassin. So pretty good little nerf to Revenant. I think most people were getting tired of Revenant being in ranked all the time. We should see how the meta is going to change in ranked for this on Tuesday, and we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully this doesn't kill Revenant. I hope this doesn't kill Revenant to a point where he's going to be unplayable. But, you know, hopefully they might revert some of these things. Maybe they should adjust the cooldown a little bit. Maybe it should be 30 seconds instead, but we'll see. All right, so a lot of people have been saying that Seer is coming back, apparently, with these new changes that they're doing. So what's happening with Seer is focus of attention decrease activation delay to 12 seconds instead of it was 14. The focus of attention is the passive for activation. It's only going to be 12 seconds instead of 14. This is a pretty good change, I think, in my opinion. It will adjust Seer to have always the scan passive to always be able to see who's around in a certain area. Upgrades, Artist Reach moved to level 2. Long View was moved to level 3, so they switched these two. And then Racing Hearts was removed completely, but it was integrated into the base tactical. So they added this into the tactical itself, which is pretty good. This was the one that adjusted your speed as you walk. So, and then the new adjustment that they did is the ultimate cooldown, reduce your ultimate by 30 seconds. This was added at level 2. So it should be interesting to see Seer. He might be able to come back. A lot of people are kind of hoping he doesn't come back into the meta, but we will see. We will see how he adjusts here with these changes. As for Wraith, they did just a quick little change. I guess they just switched the tactical cooldown to level 3 and ultimate cooldown. Not much of a change here. Looks like they just want to make sure that your level 2 or your ultimate is used early game instead than your tactical. Not much of importance there, I guess, but not much changes for that. Other things, so that's basically it for all the legends. I think that's probably the most important parts. Just quick little map rotations for pups will be Broken Moon is coming back, Storm Point, Olympus. For ranked, nothing will change. It'll still be the same ones. They're your mixtape changes. So we got the new lockdown, etc. Harvesters, bug fixes. Oh, they are updating. They are fixing the dynamic resolution scaling for PlayStation 5 and Xbox. So hopefully that will help out all the console players that play on console. I know for me, I tried to play it on Xbox and it was not as bad, but when I played it on PlayStation, it was horrible. You could not see anything. Very horrible performance. So should be interesting. Just a couple more things here. I'll leave the link in the description for anyone that wants to read the rest, just to double check. But the rest, that's pretty much it for now. Yeah, that's all the changes that are coming this Tuesday for the new patch, and we're gonna see how it all plays out. Let me know in the comments if you think these changes are pretty good. I mean, are you sad? Are you mad? Do you care? You know, just let me know in the comments, see what's up. Let me know if you're gonna get the new heirloom as well. I don't think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people are pretty mad that this new heirloom is coming out after what happened on Sunday, after the whole hacking situation. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit a like on the video for me as well. It'll help me out a lot. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, never stop gaming. I'm Maru out. Peace.